welcome to Beth's Book Fort, where it is my goal to read enough books to build a fort, and I am well on my way. No, I'm barely begun, to be honest. So, if you have a book that you think that I should read, drop it in the comment section, and maybe I will. In the meantime, we're going to discuss the books that I might read in 2021, which is a lot. Mainly this list is compiled of books on my bookshelves which I haven't read, or books I've picked up on ebook which I haven't read. So this isn't actually really counting new books that might release this year, which I'm sure to read a couple of. So there's no guarantee I will actually read any of these because I don't have a strict TBR. I have a pool of interest of books I'm semi-interested in, and I kind of pick them as I feel. So, because I don't want reading to be a chore. So, these are the books I'm interested in I actually have at my disposal. I may buy other books and read them too. So, drop recommendations if you know books that are coming out 2021 that I absolutely should read. Otherwise, here's the books I might read, and you can help me choose which ones are a must. First is Star Wars: The Last Command by Timothy Zahn. I read the first two in the series, so I really need to finish this third one. I kind of previewed the first chapter. I'm excited to see it wrap up because there are a lot of pieces in play. The Portal of Tears by Dec Matthews, which is his first YA novel. An Echo of the Fae by Janelle Schmidt, which looks really fun. The second Artemis Fowl book. I read book 1, so I should move on to 2, right? Keepers of the Lost Cities. Heard a lot about this, picked it up. Don't really know what to expect. It's the first in a series, so I might find myself hooked. We will see. But the cover looks fun. The Last of the Really Great Waynedoodles by Julie Andrews Edwards. I didn't realize Julie Andrews writes books, or wrote a few books anyway, and this was one of them, and it sounds delightful. The Scorpio Races. I know I've heard so many people talk about this author, Maggie Stiefvater, and this seems like the one I will most like, and I was looking for it for months, and I finally found a copy. So this is a really high chance I'm going to give it a try. Hand of Steel by Jesse Roberts, which I think is just a novella. Seventh City and the Last Atlantean by Emily Hazy. Dare, the first book in the Blades of Actar series by Trisha Mingring, which I've heard a lot about. I'm not sure it's going to be completely I'm not always into epic fantasy, so I don't know, but I'm going to give it a try. I've heard great things about her. I might read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. It's been on my list for a while. I've read Crichton before. I read Timeline in high school, I think. And then I've seen some of his movies, obviously, but I've heard good things about this book. Liftoff by Tyrion Martinson. I think it's a YA novella, sci-fi novella, which sounds like fun. It was released late 2020. And then Dakiti and Nexus by E.J. Fish. I've been wanting to try her work for a long time, so I finally have 2 of the books on my Kindle, so I'm going to dive in. I hope that those are good. We also have, I told you this was going to be, it's quite a lake. It's a lake of books I might read. On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness by Andrew Peterson, part of the Wingfeather saga. I was really excited when I found the first book, so I'm definitely going to read it. Whether this year or not, we'll see. Probably this year. It sounds like fun. It seems like a good series to get into. Shannon Hale, new author for me. I've heard a lot about her though. This is called Book of 1,000 Days. I found this in a store, Miss Potter. So it looks like the novelization of the movie. I actually love the movie. I enjoy movies, not all, but movies about authors are fun when they're good. Anyways, and this looks like the novelization of that, and it's such a cozy, bittersweet movie, so I'm hoping that carries over to the book. Storming by K.M. Weiland, which I really want to read. I've just been having a really hard time reading ebooks recently. As you can, if you look at my wrap-up of books from 2020, I think 99% of them, maybe 95% of them, were paperbacks. And there was only 2 ebooks, so I really struggled last year reading ebooks. I'm hoping to do better because I know I have a bunch on my Kindle that look fantastic, so hoping to actually get to some more ebooks this year. But Storming by K.M. Weiland looks like a lot of fun. Dieselpunk. I've read Dreamlander by her before, and it was pretty good. So, and then also Hollow by Kyle Robert Schultz. So that's part of his Crockett and Crane series. I've read the first 2 books. The third one is impending. It's hopefully soon to be released, and this is a transitional novella between them, I think. So I need to catch up before it comes out. So I'm hoping to read that. I could also read Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busey. Heard a lot about that series. I love series that deal with dreams and dream walking and that type of stuff. Or The Ranger's Apprentice, Book 1. Heard about this series. I've been trying to get into more series because I tend to read standalones more, I guess. I don't know, but I'm getting into more series. I thought I'd try it. We'll see. It's Book 1. I found another Lloyd Alexander book. I had not heard of this one. It's called The Fantastical Adventures of the Invisible Boy, and supposedly it's supposed to be his most personal book, is what it says on the back here. And it sounds intriguing. I also picked up Eragon, which I don't know if I will like, but I thought I'd give it a try. I've heard the books are better than the movie. The book is better than, and the first one is really pretty good, and maybe the series isn't so good later on. Then in sci-fi, though, and changing, we have Dune, House Atreides. It's a prequel novel, and it's written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. I've read Kevin J. Anderson's Star Wars before, and I remember enjoying them. It was a while ago, but the premise sounded interesting. Obviously, it's before the events of Dune. I enjoy the world of Dune. I enjoyed Dune probably more than most people. I've never heard of these before, but I heard of the authors, and this one's Isaac Asimov, or Janet and Isaac Asimov, which is interesting. It's called The Norby Chronicles. It's dealing with robots and artificial intelligence, which I love, so I thought, why not give it a try? And this one's Robert A. Heinlein, and it's called Podkayne of Mars. It's a strange Podkayne of Mars. They're both kind of, I have no idea what they're going to be, but I've enjoyed the authors in the past, and I wanted to expand. I kind of love that cover, though, and the whole retro thing that's going on there. So, has anybody read this? Anybody read it? Leave a comment. The Princess Bride. Love the movie. I know I started the book in high school. I don't think I finished it. So if I marked it on Goodreads as read, I apologize, because I think that was a lie. I don't think I've read the whole thing, so I need to. I know that I need to. So, found this when I was in a bookstore with J.E. Perazzi and Brian Jacques, Castaways of the Flying Dutchman. Brian Jacques, he's most known for his Redwall series. I read Redwall in high school, didn't love it. This is something different, so I'm curious about trying something different of his. A lot of books I read are recommendations from friends, and that's why I read them. I want a recommendation. But more recently, I've been picking up ones I've never heard of this, but it sounds interesting. And this is one of those. It does say it has an endorsement on the back from Lloyd Alexander, so that makes me excited. Brand of Light by Ronnie Kendig. Heard a lot about her, so I love the cover. It looks fun. The second one just came out very recently, so if I like it, I can move right on to the second one. Airman by Ian Coulter. So yeah, same author as Artemis Fowl. I don't know much about it, but I might read it. Okay, guys, we're getting close to the end, I promise. The Martian by Andy Weir. This feels like an obligatory read to me. I'm not sure how much I'm going to enjoy it. I don't always love hard sci-fi. Saw the movie and I enjoyed it, but I feel like I need to read it so that I know. It's one of those. And maybe I'll enjoy it more than I think that I will. Tripods. I'm also really interested in middle grade science fiction. So if you know of any middle grade science fiction recommendations, drop them in the comments. This is one of the only ones I could think of that I'd heard of. It's Tripods by John Christopher. This is the first book, The White Mountains. Interested to see how they handle things as it's middle grade science fiction, but it is kind of scary, I think. But anyways, that is a probably very likely read. It's higher on the list in the pool of the lake of the might reads next year. Shadow's Hand, Noelle Nichols. Looks like Asian fantasy, swords and ninjas and cool things like that. I really want to read it. We will see if I have time. It feels very thick. And then we have The Wildcat of Brayton. And I love this cover with the purple cat and the yellow spine. It's very fun. It's been on my list a while. I love the author, Clara Ann Banchbach. She's one of my favorites. I read the first book in the series, which was The Rise of Eridor. The first one was Ben-Hur meets Robin Hood. Really fascinating setting and tropes in it. But this one is more has more Scottish influences in it. I also might read, we'll see, A Time to Die by Nadine Brandes. I've been wanting to read something by her. People talk about this one a lot. I have it. I started the first chapter and just wasn't super into it, but I want to actually give it a try, so I'm going to try it again. And then also If Wishes Were Curses by Janine Ippolito. Urban fantasy, not usually my thing, but I do like snark and sarcasm. But I really want to try something by her too, so I'm hopefully going to give that a try this year also. So that is my what I might read in 2021. It's like intimidating. You might need to come rescue me because there's so many books. It's actually awesome. I have so many good choices to read from. We'll see which ones I get to, because I guarantee you there will be authors who release books who I will just buy them and read them first because I love them so much, because that happens. Do you have authors like that? Auto buys? Do you have auto buy authors? Drop those in the comments. Otherwise, help me decide which ones of these I must read, just you can vote, and I might listen to you, but I might not. So that is up to you. I'm excited for all the wonderful books to read in 2021. What are you going to read?